All right, not calling anybody out, but I'm calling everybody out. If you have the ability to throw your cameras on, be present, be here, be in the moment, I want to encourage you to do so. How we show up here is how we show up everywhere, you guys. I'm going to go full tilt with you guys for 1 hour. All I'm asking is that you be here, be present, and have your cameras on. I got people that are driving with kids, with chickens, and they still have the ability to throw their cameras on. I got people that haven't slept all night, but they're still here with their cameras on. So let's roll, you guys. It's 8:35, Monday, May 20th. It is crazy. And here's what's crazy. Right around the corner, our kids are going to be out of school, and your routine is going to change. And you're going to have kids at home, you're going to have different schedules. And so, my suggestion and my advice is that you have adolescent kids, which I do. I have a 5-year-old, and then Lily will be here all summer long, and she's going to be 8 years old. Well, you guys have to look at your schedule, the time, make sure that you are not just, like the house is running amok. And so I want you guys to start planning for that, especially the parents on this call. Like, I need you guys to really have a plan in place because it's going to get wild over the summertime. We have day camp set up for 2 weeks. We have a couple things in place. So I know that the schedules might be a little different. So within the next month, the kids are going to be out. So my hope is that you have a plan, you have a rhythm, you have a flow. Grandma, grandpa, you guys are making sure you're mixing up the schedule because the kids are going to be home. I bought a water slide from Costco, which my wife will probably take back at the end of the summer, but don't get no shade on her. All right. But at the end of the day, I know it's going to be a crazy, crazy season for us. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm actually going to go over to Crispy. Crispy, it's been a moment, bro. I'm going to have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. So, Eric, Chris, let's go. Looking crisp, looking fresh. Have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful Monday morning? What does the group need to hear?
Well, what does the group need to hear? All I need to hear is keep it moving as the group coaching is called, like staying motivated, staying out there, meeting new colleagues, meeting new people, getting into those offices and just grinding, keeping at it, trying to seize every opportunity. And again, leaning really into the team. I work with Ophelia. I met Chris. I'm trying to put together something with everybody, and I watch everybody, like the way Otis is collaborating with different people on the team, and just the beautiful Lizette and Vernon's group together, just the beautiful connections that everybody has with one another on this team. Lean into that, embrace it, be grateful that we have that available to us, and I am grateful for it, and I'm going to keep leaning.
Man, I absolutely love that. And that's how these partnerships are formed. It's just about bonds and relationships with inside of the offices. And so that's going to be your person that might not be able to be, not be, you might not be the person that can cover that area, but I'll tell you what, there's someone on the call that can. So I love that sentiment. And let's go right into this, you guys. First off, I want to open the mic up to you guys, talk about any wins or any challenges that you faced from the week prior. And the reason why we do this exercise is the wins show your brothers and sisters that, hey, it's possible. I'm going to keep working. I know I'm closer than what I actually think. And then the challenges, same thing. Maybe Chris is challenged with something that Aaron is really good at, and vice versa. And so I want to give you guys an opportunity to talk about any type of wins or challenges from this week prior. Let's go ahead and start this conversation off. I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys. Who's got something for me?
I could start with a challenge I had.
All right, cool. So we'll go Chris, and then Vanessa Vo is on deck, and then let's get a couple other hands up in this conversation. But let's go, Chris.
All right, so I hosted an open house on Saturday. I haven't hosted one in a while, and I had a potential client. They came in and they were talking about their situation. They just bought a house 2 years ago, and they liked the house that I was showing, and they asked me a question if it would be wise to sell their house and try and buy this one. And I told them, be honest, like 2 years equity, that's not enough equity. You know what I'm saying? That you have gained. And typically 4 years. I was just telling them what would be a better option as far as the question that they were asking. And I feel like I could have pushed hard to try and go for the sale, but I was just being honest with them. And what I should have did was after reflecting, I should have said, well, this question, we should table this for another day. How about we'll schedule a Zoom? And then I could have been more prepared to answer that question. That's what I got from that. And I just wanted to share and see what you guys thought.
All right, cool. And you guys, if you want to chime in on this, throw a different emoji other than a hand up. Throw me a heart or something. But Chris, let me ask you a question. Where was their home that they owned at? Let's go there.
Around the corner.
In what city?
This is San Francisco, Outer Park side.
Okay. So in the last 2 years, what has been the average annual appreciation for homes in that area?
About 6-7%.
6-7%. So what are homes typically selling for in that area on an average? Let's just go some averages here.
So I don't have the exact data, but I know when I was looking last year compared to now, I remember seeing homes for about 1.2, 1.3, and now they're around the 1.5, 1.6 range.
All right, so let's stay with me. So let's assume that we're past capital gains, right? You got to own the house for 2 years, so you do not have to pay penalties and capital gains taxes. So let's say the house is listed at 1.3, right? Will this be conservative? We'll say 1.3 times an annual percentage of appreciation. Let's just go conservatively. Let's go 5%, right? Let's go 1.3, and then we'll go times 7% appreciation. So that means 91,000. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 91,000, let's just times that by 2, simple math for everybody. So that's $182,000 of potential positive equity in the last 2 years. Now, mind you, I don't know what they put down on the house, but I'm just talking about appreciation in the last 2 years. Now, you answered a question that says, I don't know. You said, no, it's not a good time, 4 years. What data gave you that answer? And that's where I go, right? So, and it's just,
and I didn't have the data. That's what got me caught up. And that's why I should have just tabled the conversation.
Yeah, you know what? So Mr. Buyer or Mr. Seller, that's a really, really good question. And there's obviously some factors that go into it. A couple factors that go into this. Appreciation being one of them, right? And then your motivation. What is motivating you to move so quickly? Is it this home? Well, cool. So the motivation might outweigh the fact that they might not make the exact number that they want to make, but if they're sitting on $182,000 of positive appreciation in 2 years, we might put ourselves in a really good position. So the next time that you encounter that, Chris, say, you know what, that's a really, really good question. We'd have to sit down and really talk about some variables, including appreciation and then your motivation. And then based on that analysis, I'll be able to give you my professional opinion, and I'll also be able to share with you my strategy if we were to list the house in this market. So I'm available right after this open house. Do you guys want me to come over to the house, or do you want to meet via Zoom? And then shut up, right? So you answered a question assuming that you had the data, knowing that it's too soon for them, but you didn't know it, but it's okay, right? This is the lesson learned, right? Lesson learned.
For sure.
Anybody else have any contributions on that conversation, or something that you might have said, or maybe something that you would not have said? Anybody else have a contribution on that? Give me a heart.
Go
ahead.
Oh, my bad. I think my emoji went away. But no, I was just going to say, I feel the sentiment of being realistic with clients, because I always like to tell them like it is. But at the same time, like you said, they had that the motivation for whatever reason to want to sell their home to get this home. So there will probably be another one like it somewhere down the line. So being somewhat of an opportunist in this role, it's like I want to help to fuel that motivation that they have. So they want to sell this house for some reason, even if they can't get the one that I'm in. I'm gonna try to sell their house and get them into something that they like better than what it is that they have currently. But I feel you too on the point of wanting to be realistic. Like, hey, you probably don't have much in your house, but at the same time, let's figure it out. Let's try to see.
Yeah, and I think it's early to say that they don't unless we've done our full analysis, right? And so and that's what we have to do, is we have to pump the brakes just a little bit and not give them an answer that says, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right, Chris. No, like, well, I'd have to do some analysis. So let's book for the appointment. Here's what we do next, right? It's a perfect opening for you to book that appointment.
Right.
Did you get the number?
I got the number. I actually had a great conversation with them. I got their motivation and everything. Is just, for me, next time, I just want to be more on point with.
So here's what you do now. Here's what we should do. Let's do this. Let's give them a call and say, hey, I was giving it some thought after our conversation yesterday, And I want to put together a net sheet for you, and I want to make sure to drop that off. It's going to tell you what the current value of your home is, what homes are selling for in that area. And I'm also going to do a breakdown based on what you owe. If you were to sell it at this price, I'll give you a couple different options. When's a good time for me to stop by? And let's see if we might be able to salvage an appointment. So remember, we want to be friends, but we don't want to be best friends. We want to book for the appointment, but at least give them enough to think like, well, he's not just blowing us off. No, I really have an answer for you. But in order for me to give you an accurate answer, I have to give you an accurate analysis. And if I haven't ran the numbers, I don't know what you owe. I don't know what the appreciation is over the last 2 years. I'm just giving you a blind answer, and I will not do that, Mr. Seller. So when's a good time for you, today or tomorrow? Right, but good stuff. I saw, did anybody else have a contribution on that conversation? All right, we're gonna go to Christina really quick. I'm gonna go to Vanessa in just a moment. Let's go, Christina. You got a contribution you want to just talk about that, or you want me to read this?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I think it's easy for us to, when you were probably speaking to that client, you probably thought, hey, they probably want to net a lot more. And I think it's easy for us to all fall into that, or even into the payment comfortability. When we're looking at numbers, you think, oh, shoot, this client's going to see this number. It's not what they wanted. It's either they're not going to net how much they think they are, or they're not comfortable with that payment. But I think we get in our own heads. So I think naturally, Chris, like I do that sometimes too. I'm sending numbers to a client and I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to freak out. They're going to see this $6,000 payment. And then they look at it and then they're like, oh, okay, great. No problem. I'm ready to look. And I'm like, shoot, I was getting in my own head before I found out what their needs or expectations are. So I think it's totally okay to go back to them. And like Elias said, is reapproach it. What's the worst thing that can happen is either one, they ignore you, two, they say no, or it just becomes, a lead that you're just going to continue to follow up on. And who knows what may happen in the next 6 months.
That's right. That's right. So two things I want to share with you, Chris, and I'm going to move on to Vanessa. First and foremost, I heard this a long time ago in my career, and you'll hear it throughout your own careers as well. Don't sell from your pocket, meaning that you gave them an answer based on the way that you felt, but we don't know the entire situation. So don't sell from your pocket, sell from the consumer's pocket. And I'll give you an example of this. Last year, Anna Pacheco and I sold a house in Patterson. I had sold that house a year and a half prior, or they had purchased that house a year and a half prior. Well, he called me and said, hey, we want to move, we want to sell this house. And here's why. He thought that he was going to be able to make this commute all the way to Fremont every single day. And he was going to buy in Patterson because it was cheaper, right? He's like, dude, I'm waking up at 4. I'm having to drop the kids off at 2 different schools. I have to pick them up. He's like, I'm not getting home until 7 or 8. I got a new baby boy. He's like, my quality of life sucks right now. I said, all right, well, you know what you're up against, right? With capital gains. He's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, you sent me the comps and what we paid for it, because we got it at a great deal. Then they cleaned it up and they did all kinds of work on it. They actually, they netted more than what they thought they would net or hoped to net, and they didn't care about it. He's like, Elias, he's like, I've been here for a year and a half. If I make 25 G's on it, I'm cool. I just need to get out of this place so I can be with my family. So it was like, versus me saying, no, let's not do it. He was willing to pay the capital gains tax because he knew he was going to make that up in the sale of the property because it had appreciated so much in the last year and a half. He's like, I don't fucking care, Elias. Get me out of here and I want to move to Fremont. So never sell from your pocket, sell from their pocket. Let's go to Vanessa Vo. Vanessa Vo, win or a challenge? Let's go. And Chris, sorry, does that give you a little bit more context? You feel confident to call them back and book that appointment?
For sure.
Cool, bro. Hit me up. Let me know how it goes.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Let's go, Vanessa. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's good to see everybody.
I just want to let you know it's summertime. I don't know.
It's summertime, but it's cold in the morning when I had to drop off my son. Leave me alone.
I busted chops. Let's go.
I mean, you threw me off. Now I don't know what I gotta say.
Wins or challenges?
It's definitely a win. It's been a big week of wins and definitely a full, week of wins ahead. This past week, we were able to go pending in 2 days on our Hayward listing. At the same time, the next day, we got into contract for their new home as well. Wow. Yeah, that one was a big one. And with that listing itself, we were able to generate 2 new buyers in the same neighborhood and then 2 referrals from there because of the amount of success we were able to bring to them and their family.
So let me ask you, you said 2 days, Hayward, what price point?
1.350 was what we came on at, and we went pending 150 over ask.
Wild, wild, wild. So, I mean, just think about the door knocking opportunities, you guys. Just think about that message that needs to be had. Think about the message now. She can tell that whole entire neighborhood for potential other listings in that neighborhood. So, talk to me about your open. Did you have a chance to do an open house? Did you still do
Oh
open,
my God.
despite that you're?
So this is a really cool technique that just kind of happened. So this listing, I'll wrap it up, make it short. An agent basically got fired. All of the things that he were doing, it was just not meeting expectation. We're talking 1.350, $1 million home. The quality was just not it. So basically we came in, have to clean up shop. We went live with the original photos and it was so bad. Seller was like, this is not it, as much as we tried to salvage it because they've already spent their money. So what happened was we removed all the pictures and just said, hey, posted professional photos coming soon. Because of that, I feel like it drew like a sense of interest for people. They came because they were like, the front of the house picture was great. Everything else was ass. But we had people show before even, we had coming soon phase, right? And so people were wanting to show. We had a Twilight open house Friday. That was about 10 to 12 groups. And then Saturday, pretty much somebody submitted a preemptive. It was so great. And it was exactly what seller was looking for.
Tell us about the terms of that offer. Was it a non-contingent preemptive offer?
Absolutely. So that was what was able to, that's exactly what we were looking for, to be able to go on the other side, to go non-contingent on their new home, right? Speaking of door knocking, tomorrow we're actually gonna door knock because those two buyers that we picked up from the Twilight open house, they want to specifically live right there in that nook. So with the open house, we found there was one, potentially two sellers. So we're gonna just go check in on them.
I love it. So how many offers total? I know you got your preemptive, but did you look at any other offers as well?
We had 4 that wanted to submit, but we were not going to play no games. They were on a very small timeline. We got what we wanted, and we just was like, let's wrap this up.
I love it. And I love that you're already thinking about how you're going to leverage this, because think about that, you guys. Think of the congratulations knock, because no matter what, in this case, we always talk about this. This case, perceived value won over actual value, because that house probably was going to be appraised for far less. But the person that wanted to live there, or the family, said, I don't care what the market's doing. I don't care about appraised value. I care about perceived value. And my perceived value says that I want to purchase this house no matter what. I don't want no outs, no contingencies. Let's go. So now what happens when that 1.3 closes? Now you have a new comp. Don't you think that that's good information for those neighbors that are sitting on their home to know? And guess who's there as the vehicle to deliver that message? Hi, Vanessa. Hi, it's Vanessa. You guys, it's such a powerful, powerful message. That's why knowing and understanding these markets, using information like this to say, hey, if you're a seller right now thinking about selling a home in Hayward, this message is for you, right? Because it speaks directly to those sellers in Hayward that understand the case study about what just happened with Vanessa and her client. This is a great story, Vanessa. Great stuff. Good to see you. I still have Aiden's backpack. Anytime, feel free to come and get it, okay? I know he's probably missing it. Let's go, Samantha. Samantha, you'll be on deck, and then Dominic, you're going to be on deck after her. So let's go, Samantha. Challenge or win? Let's go. And please, hold on. Please tell Uncle E that you watered the plant.
Yes, all my plants got a bath, especially this one.
Cool. Thank you.
Uncle E. Thank you. I wanted to share just a small win. I've been trying to work my sphere of influence, and I have a lot of friends from college who are ready to buy or able to buy. They just don't know it. And so I had dinner with 2 of my best friends from college. One's a homeowner, one isn't, but she's definitely financially able to. And we both kind of teamed up to talk her into like buying a home, getting pre-approved, and talked about the process. And that week I happened to connect with Ashley and have a consultation with her. And then a couple days later, my friend texts me and she's like, I'm ready, Sam, let's do this. And so I connected her to Ashley and she's in the process of getting pre-approved. So I'm super excited and stoked and just happy to partner with Ashley and just guide my best friend through this process.
You know what? Let's stay here for a quick moment because Samantha and I had an impromptu coaching session last week, a one-on-one coaching session, and she said, like, how do I approach this with a friend? I said, you treat it as the same you would with any consumer. You walk them through the buyer's consultation. You let them know that, hey, you're probably going to see a different side of me. My job is to advocate for you, to protect you, and also have real conversations with you. So I'm still going to be your friend through all of this, but you're going to see a different side of me. And I don't think you've ever seen this work side of me. And I think it's really, really cool because how many of you, by a show of hands, have ever been just hanging out with the homie, having a drink and talking to them about the market, and they're that pessimist? They're like, oh no, I can't buy. The market's going to crash. Anybody ever had those types of conversations? Right? And then you have the time that's happening with Samantha where they're actually listening to her. I got a buddy that's been saying that the market's going to crash for the last 9 years and still paying rent. And he's got his mom on it. Oh, it's going to crash. So we'll wait until it crashes. And I'm like, all right, dude, you know where I'm at if you need me. But the fact that you're able to get them over to Ashley. So Ashley, tell us a little bit about your experience with these people. I love that, friends. I love this. And then we'll go right over to Dominic and then Damian. Ashley. And Ashley, I know that your spirituality is really, really important to you. And so I saw your stories over the weekend and sending you love, light, and positive energy. I know that's a huge impact for you and for your family and for your belief system. So I just want to say that we see you out there, but go ahead.
Thank you so much. Yes, I decided this weekend and it was beautiful. So thank you. I appreciate it. I had an amazing conversation. Samantha's friend was actually walking around New York and multitasking, and it was really cool to see the background. But she's totally ready. She wants to buy a house for her and her parents to live in, and she's ready and didn't really know she was ready. So I'm so glad. It just shows how impactful just a conversation over dinner can be. It can literally change someone's life if you decide, because I know sometimes, at least when I'm sitting with my friends, do I want to get into it? Do I want to explain everything to them? Do I want to take that one extra step to say that extra sentence? But saying that extra sentence can literally be the domino effect that changes their future for them. So good job. I am so excited to be connected and grateful to be trusted with your friend. Thank you.
I love it. And I would say this, if you can, at a bar, at a restaurant, just be like, waitress, can I get a piece of paper and a pen? I'm just going to give you a quick napkin demonstration of like the buying process or renting versus owning. And like you could do it in the most simplest human way, in the way that you would normally talk to them as a friend and family member. So much power comes out of those conversations. So great job to you, Sam. Love that win. That's not a small win. That's a big win. That's 2 big wins for you. And thank you for watering the plants. I appreciate that. Let's go, Dominic. Dominic will go deep. Let's go. And if anyone else wants to get involved in the conversation, go ahead and throw your hands up. Let's go, Dominic.
Yeah, I've been talking to one of my friends about buying a house. He's been working at his job for like 3 years now, and so we just had a conversation yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, Dom, I'm ready." So I got him hooked up with the lender, and he got a appointment on Tuesday to get pre-approved. He said his credit's right, so everything should fall into place.
That's
So
right, my man. That's
it'll be
right.
my first deal, man. I'm pretty excited about it.
That's right. And I see you showing up in a big way. You're shooting the content, you're having your kids involved, and this is how it all begins, my man. So great stuff for you. That's a big win for you and for your family. Let's go, D Bledsoe, and then Will, you will be on deck. I love it. Let's go, D. And D, bro, I want to promise you this. Within the next couple of months, I want to, because I'm a huge fan. I got to come out and see you guys perform like
Pop
that.
out, Elias. Pop out. Is a good energy in the room.
It felt like it just on the videos. Let's go.
It's a good energy. No, a couple of months ago on one of these calls, I was touting a win that I had 2 friends interested in listing homes they inherited with me. One of them, his sister wouldn't let him sign the listing agreement. They went with somebody else, ended up losing money. I talked about that on here as well. The other one, it kind of went silent on me. On Saturday, I woke up and my friend, to a text from my friend, she's like, Can you resend that DocuSign? It expired on me. 10 minutes later, after I sent it, she signed the listing agreement, so I got a listing in Vacaville. I showed like 4 houses on Saturday, had a full day, did all kind of things on Saturday. Later that day, she texted me saying that her stepdad had a house in West Oakland that he inherited in 2015 that he finally wants to sell. I talked to him, had a mini consultation over the phone. Guy put like $300,000 into the house, so it's turnkey and perfect. I'm meeting him tomorrow for a listing presentation, and we'll probably get that one too. So
Let's go.
and then just hell of traction with buyers right now, but those two listings, yeah, that means a lot. I don't get a lot of listings, so it was really cool to have that on Saturday. So that was a win.
Well, listen, man, if you have some information you want to drop for us down in the chat below, if there's, you know, somebody on the call that might have a buyer, unless you want to wait for the open market, but you might have somebody here that has an offer for you. So
oh yeah,
I love that. Congratulations to you. And yes, make sure to go out and see Dee Bledsoe perform with MacArthur Mays. That's something that I need to put on my list. So I'm committing to that because I love hip hop and I love your style and I love that flow, bro. So let's go, Will Dangler. We'll go Blessing, and then Joelle and you will be on deck. And then I got something to share with you guys. Let's go, Will.
This one's just kind of a very interesting win. I could not be more tired. I couldn't sleep last night at all. I got stain in my right eye when I was staining the new listing I'm getting ready to put on the market, and last night it kept me from sleeping. So the last thing I wanted to do was be up and at 'em this morning. I really wanted to put on a blindfold and try to get sleep, but got up to get on the call. Because I was on the call, the EXP group that I'm a part of, a lead came through for a listing in Lake Tahoe. Ernesto referred me immediately, was the first person to respond. Sarah popped in and confirmed on that she would refer me also. Already talked to the listing agent. He's sending me over the information at 11 a.m. because they want to get the house on the market in the next 24 hours. And it just would not have happened because right now there's like whatever, 10 other people that have messaged in, hey, we're your people in Tahoe, we're your people in Tahoe. But because of the team supporting me and just being up I'm always up early. This is the one day I really did not want to do this shit today. And it was just being conscious and being up and at 'em and having support from all you guys got me a new listing when I couldn't need it more. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And hopefully your eye gets better. Hopefully you got some treatment, drops, or whatever they're going to do for it, my man. But yeah, it's the power of really, really being present. I heard something the other day and I forgot where I heard it, but I was overhearing it. And this girl was talking to another girl and she was saying, oh yeah, I typically wake up at 9, but if I want to get up early, I wake up at 7:30. And with all due respect, no shade to anybody on this call. Like there's so much of the day that is gone if you're up at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock? I don't know how that happens. On the weekends, on Saturday night is the only night throughout the week, and I don't encourage this, but it's just me. I get 8 hours of sleep, and it feels really good. But I'm a 6-hour, 7-hour type of guy. But 7:30, I just don't. Like we got chickens, we got kids, we got responsibilities. I need coffee, I need water, I need news, I need silence, I need time, I need to reflect, all those things. Man. Sorry, something happened to my screen. You guys all there?
We're here.
We can see
Okay.
you.
It all froze on me. I don't know what happened. Anyways, get your asses up early. Let's go to Blessing, and then we'll go Joelle, and then we'll go Michael Swanson. Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. So I want to definitely share a win, and this is a win between Jessica and I. We've kind of embraced this season of yes, like we're just going to take on open houses. So we had an open house on Friday in Richmond, and we were able to door knock it. And because we left a flyer in the door, a neighbor came by, and she is one of the original owners on the block. So we were able to get some history from the past 40 years of growth and just what the neighborhood has been going through. So that was just a great conversation about being able to really sorry, got a little mixed up in my train of thought, but a great conversation about why door knocking, at least putting the flyers in, because she wouldn't have known if we hadn't put the flyer there, but just having that conversation also gave us ammunition for that open house. We both kind of decided that we weren't going to do an open on Saturday because just how hectic of our schedules. But something came up, Jessica grabbed it, messaged me like, are you down to do it? Between 2 basketball practices and being in the office to try to get some work done, we did this open house. We did also door knock it after. We had 11 conversations, and from being there, we were able to pick it up again for Sunday. And so yesterday, I believe she got 4 leads. I went to Oakland to run an open house there and picked up 1 lead there. So just by being available, we picked up a total of 7 leads throughout the whole weekend between Richmond, Martinez, and Oakland. So I'm going to count that as a win. Nothing's written down yet, but just the momentum is there. So just sharing that, like, just say yes to anything.
I'm counting that as a massive win, but here's what's happening, and I love seeing it. You know, Blessing has gone through some really hard times in the last couple, weeks, and the passing of her father. And once again, our condolences to you and to your family. But she had a call with me a couple weeks ago, and she said, you know what? It's just time that I'm just really loud. And I'm really loud. And I don't know if you got yourself a gimbal or whatever it is for your tours, but like your property tours have been on fire. The way that you're showing up, the way that you're hosting, the way that you're knocking, the way that you're doing your presentations, like when she talked about taking things to the next level, she committed to that. And then I saw what her and Jessica are working on behind the scenes for their buyer consultation, their flow, the very first email people get after they attended the open house. So it's working. And there's some big things that you're doing right now that you should be celebrating and you should be looking at as absolute wins. And so Blessing, love that you've said, I'm going to get loud, and you've committed to that. You've committed to that. And it's really good to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, great stuff. And congrats to you and to your partner. Let's go, Joellen, and then we'll go over to Michael Swanson.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see your faces.
Good to see your face. And you know what? Okay, you're probably going to talk about it, but let's go.
What? Tell me.
No. I want you first. Ladies first.
So, some really good wins. Really excited. Well, first of all, my little boy's been really sick. He didn't go to school again. He's been out of school for 4 days. But he's getting better, and I've been able to work in between that. So that's been a good win. But I got a Zillow Flex seller appointment. We're probably going to get the listing. It's just, she bought the house so soon that we're trying to figure out some details, but yeah, for Zillow seller listing. And then I ratified my Roseville listing. So we're ratified now. I got another listing coming off of Nextdoor here in Cameron Park for $900,000. So everything's good. And then the video, are you going to talk about the video? That was so fun.
I mean, I want you to talk about it, but yeah, I have my thoughts on this.
Okay, so I got a $2 million listing off of Nextdoor. 20 acres, 4,000 square foot, custom built home. And my vision, and Christina Pineda, she's another agent with EXP. She used to be on our team. I brought her in from the Bay Area so that we could show the connection from the Bay Area to up here in the foothills, and how having 2 of us where those seller or the buyers are coming from just made it even stronger. But we did a really cool country themed video. Thank you for the agents that showed up for us and had a fun day. It was perfect.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Here's what I really love about it. I love how thought out it was. And then for a seller, think about the message to a seller. I'm going to bring some of the baddest women in real estate to this video shoot. And all of them have thousands and thousands of followers. And each of them will be tagged in the stories, and they'll be able to repost this. So think about how many more eyes are going to be on this property, and we're going to make it a lot of fun. What I loved about it, it was completely themed. They were making cowboy hats. They're going out there, beautiful sprawling property. They're on the porch. Her and Christina are walking up the driveway, talking about it, introducing the listing. Like this whole themed approach, I think it's a win. It's a hit. And you guys can do that at any of your listings, even if they're not $2 million listings. I've seen themed listings that are worth $450,000. But the point is, it's like lean into the community. Now, here's what I'm thinking, fella, and Joanne, go ahead. I have a thought for my fellas on the call.
Well, I was going to say, and also we highlighted and tagged local stores, right? The Hat Rancher, Riley's bar, restaurant. So then they then share it, right? So we're highlighting not just the house, but the local areas. Next one is manifesting selling a house at Browns Ravine on the lake, and we're rolling up in the boat. So that one's coming soon. That's the manifesting, but go ahead.
Let's think about that. Think about houses on Discovery Bay, places like that,
Yeah.
you know, river islands, right? Coming up paddleboarding, and you have the fucking drone coming up and like,
Yes.
out here, like, so here's what's great about this video, and just for context here, the video allows someone to feel a lifestyle, right? They're not just buying a property, they're buying what the community offers and what it feels like to live this lifestyle in the country, right? On sprawling land, and being able to have no neighbor. Like, they're buying a lifestyle, and that's what she was able to really, really showcase.
And it was so fun to drive my husband's big lifted truck and pick up the girls. That was a lot of fun.
I mean, how cool is that? But I want to send a message out to the fellas on the call. I don't see any big events like this at listings for you gentlemen. I've seen the Mob Wives. Now I've seen this one. I've seen different videos, but should we do something? Should we be rolling cigars? Should we be doing a Havana Nights? Should we pull up in like old school classic cars and like do
Yeah.
shoot or something? I don't know. I'm just thinking, gentlemen. I think like they're setting the bar pretty high. Maybe we got to do a guys event to come out and do something. I'm just throwing it out there. So let me know. I'll pull up in the old car and we'll go out there and do the darn thing. Cuban cigars, we're rolling them out front. Anyways, I've had an idea of a Cuban themed party for years now, and I think I just need to do it. But anyways, Joelle,
Do it.
love what you're doing. Love
Thank
how you're bringing the Bay Area in, because that's where you're probably going to get some buyers from. So love what you're doing, Joanne. Let's
Thank
go,
you.
Michael Swanson. And then if we have anybody else who wants to get involved in the conversation, let's go, Swanee.
Yo, top of the morning. So kind of like what Blessing said, I told myself that I'm going all in on open houses. And so I had 2 scheduled for the weekend. Elias, you had posted a video where you were like, you know, if you decide to do X amount of open houses and you knock on X amount of doors. So I told myself, I said, look, let me go out there and make sure I knock on a bunch of doors before the open houses. And it was something that I wasn't doing before with my open houses. And so I made sure I got out there about an hour early. I set up, I knocked on doors. I left both open houses with 4 leads each, and then the second one were 2 of the leads were sellers who, you know, were homeowners in the area that were considering selling. People who I knocked on the doors of. So 2 of the better open houses that I've had, I would say, recently. So that felt really good. That was a big win for me. I got a bunch of people to follow up with this week. And then also, I told myself no fucking excuses. I got to get more content out. So I've recorded like 4 videos over the last 3 days, and I'm gonna be getting out this week, and I'm you know, be more consistent with my content. So
let's go, Swanson. And you know, I'm so glad that you said this, my man. And I made that video just because, you know, when you make a plan, and then you say, okay, well, wow, all right, well, if that's only 3 a month, if I did that, I can do that. It's within my power, right? It's within my power. But if you guys are doing open houses and you're just going out there and setting up open houses the day of, and you're waiting for that really, really active business, meaning that passive business, meaning people are going to drive by and they're just going to walk in. That's a passive approach to marketing. Well, we're fucking hungry. We're hungry. And that means that I'm going to promote the shit out of this event. There's a video about the house. There's a video about the area. I'm putting an event on Facebook. I'm knocking on the neighbor's door. I'm doing a neighbors only open house. I'm doing the open house. Then I'm letting the neighbors once again know, hey, I just want to stop back by. I didn't want to bother you, but I want to let you know we had 20 people come to the open house in the first hour. So things are moving in this area. So I want them to see you and know you and understand, like, wow, this person's an amazing marketer, right? That's the type of person I want to sell my home if we ever think about selling our home. But think about your database sees it. You take that open house flyer, you send it to every single person in your database. We see it on social media. There's an event that's free on Facebook. Anybody can see it. So when people walk in the door, did you guys find us online or did you guys see the sign? Wonderful. Did you pre-register? All right, let me get you registered and let's go ahead and get your information, right? So there's just so many variables, you guys. Fuck putting up balloons in the signs. That's part of it, but that's the last thing that you guys should be doing. The last thing. There should be so much marketing around it that you just give yourself so much traction. So Michael, great stuff. The only reason why you shouldn't be door knocking is A, you can't walk. B, it's a condo that doesn't allow you to, or C, it's just in a place where you don't feel safe. Those are the only reasons why you shouldn't door knock. And even if I don't feel that safe, I'm probably going to door knock. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Joellen, did you have a contribution on Michael's? And then we'll go over to Will.
Yeah, I was going to say something about, because you talked about like the for sale sign. Also with the signs, you don't necessarily have to write for sale. You can do showcase, featured by, represented by, but let's be different. Let's not just say for sale, showcased by. Let's use different words to market our properties.
Yeah, featured by. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is great stuff. Let's go, Will Dangler, back to you, and then we will start to wrap. I got one thing I want to share with everybody.
Great. I have an idea. I don't know who's all up for it for a midweek trip, but this property is going to be ready to go on the market up here. $2 million Tahoe Truckee listing. It should be ready by Wednesday. How about sushi and cigars? We just stained the decks. They look gorgeous. It'd be a cool opportunity to get, if any of you gentlemen want to come up and stay for a night for free in a gorgeous listing of ours, come on up. We'll be shooting some content at the house on Wednesday, but I'll host sushi and cigars if anybody wants to come to Tahoe for a free night. Ooh. We can hike the waterfalls right by the house, shoot some content in the waterfalls, and doing a nice sushi and cigar dinner. But if you guys want to come up, let me know. Hit me.
Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. For some reason, my screen is freezing once again. I was going to pull something up, but okay, I'm not going to touch anything because some reason my screen keeps on freezing. This mouse, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Anyways, I can see you as long as you guys can see me. Will, I'm only looking at you. Can you see me? Give me a yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. So let's do this. Here's what I want everyone to do is I want you to go to your board. And I tell you this every single week. I want you to go to the board and I want you to make a box. Inside of that box is only numbers. Remember what does not fit in there. Michael, what does not fit in the box? Someone's preparing a one. What's that?
Excuses.
Excuses, Aaron. What else doesn't fit in that box, you guys?
Stories.
Your stories. You know what else doesn't fit in that box? Your bullshit. Right? And what I mean by that is that it's Monday. You guys all have an idea and you all have, or should have an idea of what you're about to get into this week. If you're looking at your goals for the year, you're looking at your goals for the month, or excuse me, you're looking at your goals for the year, you're looking at your goals for the quarter. And then you look at your goals for the month, and then you look at your goals for the week. Now you have to say, based on the amount of transactions that I want to do in this coming year, I need to back that out and know exactly how many conversations I need to have weekly. It's very, very simple math. You guys, I'm not great at math. I have to be great at math to move metrics in business. And that's how you have to think about this. You guys have to be very, very fine-tuned with everything that you're doing. The fact that Blessing right now, I promise you, can pull up a spreadsheet and know exactly how many doors she knocked, phone calls she made, and how many conversations she had, then she has a predictable business. What happens in this business is that we run an offense that is not predictable. We're not throwing Hail Marys in this. We are getting first downs, and then we're scoring a touchdown. So what I mean by this, you guys, is that each of us need to look at our business and say, okay, I'm going to accomplish this today. I'm not going to get off this call and go, cool, all right, that was great. No, like I know exactly what I need to do every single week, where I'm going, what I need to do. So I want you guys to go to the board every single week. You make a box on a piece of paper, and inside that box is just your numbers. what needs to happen, how many calls you need to make for follow-ups, how many prospecting calls you're going to make this week, how many conversations you're going to have this week, how many appointments you're going to go on. Very, very simple. Do not waste your own time with a bunch of excuses, stories, and your own bullshit. Go to the board, make it very, very clear what you need to accomplish this week, declare that, and go out and get after it. You guys, I want to give you something really quick. I'm not able to share my screen because I'm having some technical difficulties, but I want to talk to you about the deals of the week. I was reminded of this weekend, and I think that it's a really, really good exercise. No matter who you are, no matter where you're at, each of you should have a database that is growing, a database that is thriving, and a database that is continuously getting loved on. What I want you guys to do is I want you to create every single Monday. This is a great way to move your needle, is a deal of the week. And it is Cameron Park, deal of the week, Oakland, deal of the week, Hercules, right? So that's your subject line. So the subject line is deal of the week, Modesto, deal of the week, Sirius, deal of the week, Brentwood, wherever you're located on this call. And when you do this, what you're going to do is you're going to put in bedrooms, bath, a little bit about it in bullet points. I'm saying not a fucking novel. Bullet points, 3 to 5 bullet points about that house. If you're interested in this property, reply and I'll give you more information. I'm simple, you guys. I don't need a dissertation. I don't need inserts. I don't need pictures, nothing. Deal of the week, some details about the home. It is your choice if you want to include price. That's up to you. And then if you want information on this property, reply to this email and I'll give you more specifics. Keep it at that, Aaron. Nothing more than that. Very, very simple, basic email, and send that out to your entire database. If you have MailChimp and you're using MailChimp, do that same cadence every single Monday, deal of the week. And here's how you find a deal of the week. There's probably houses in your market right now that have had a price drop, that have been on the market for more than 30 days. Maybe you heard of something from one of your fellow team members, maybe something on the call. There's always going to be a deal of the week. Now, just the fact that you're saying that it's a deal of the week, even if they don't like that one, at least you're going to form some type of engagement. So I want to encourage you guys to get out there, have some fun this week, but create a deal of the week. And here's how I know this works. We do this every season. We do this right around Christmas and we do it right around Thanksgiving. It gives people a reason to say, hey, deal of the week, Thanksgiving deal of the week, Christmas deal of the week, holiday deal of the week. And those emails do really well. There's nothing stopping you from sending 52 emails a year starting on Mondays of the deal of the week. I promise you guys, this is a formula that will work. Joe Malone, contribution.
Yeah, I just really love that you shared that with us, because sometimes doing the property tours and thinking you have to do so many a week, that's all we need to do is one deal of a week. I love it. Thank you.
It's simple, you guys. Literally simple. You guys can go into your database right now and write that email. Cameron Park, or deal of the week, Cameron Park. 5 things about the property, 3 to 5, price if you want to. If you're interested in this property, reply to this email, I'll give you more specifics, Joe Allen. Like, they don't need anything else. We just need to throw that out there and see if we might be able to get some engagement. So you guys, I'm gonna stop there. I think this was a really good session, really positive contributions. Sorry, I heard something. Dennis, do you have a contribution, or do you actually accidentally take yourself off of mute? All right, cool. All right, let's do this, you guys. So I want to go around the room. I want to hear from a couple of you. I want to get some key takeaways from our time together today. And during this key takeaway, I want you to tell the group, Dennis, mute yourself. Dennis fan, mute yourself. I'm having tech difficulties. I can't mute you. Dennis, please mute yourself. All right, let's try this. Brianna Tejeda, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to have you share with us what your takeaways were from this call. And then what are you committed to accomplishing this week? What's the goal when you went to the board? Let's go.
My takeaways are, I already opened up my MailChimp and I'm getting ready to hit my MLS and start looking for a property of the day.
Love it. Love it.
I'm on it.
Wonderful. And Brianna, pick somebody else's face that you see on the screen and pass the mic to them. Who are you picking?
Brandy.
Let's go, Brandy.
Beautiful face.
Brandy.
All right.
Let's
I would say what I got from that is similar to like blessing and all that is saying yes. And no excuses. Really, there isn't any excuses. So
exactly.
there's no excuses.
So what is the number for the week? Go to the board. What's in your box? What's in your box? What are you accomplishing this week? Brandy, that was for you.
I'm sorry, I'm getting
no, that's my stuff.
Elias.
Yes.
I have to the other Elias.
Nice.
All right, Brandy, if we have to come back to you, we have to come back to you. I have limited time, so we'll come back to you. Let's go, Ashley Jurovich. Thank you, Brandy, and tell Elias he's a genius. Ashley, let's go.
Good morning. On the subject of tracking your activities, I had my virtual assistant make me an activity tracker. I popped it in the chat. You can change whatever activities you want, but you can go into the raw data, track all of your raw data, add whatever you want in there, and it'll track it monthly and year or weekly and monthly for you.
I love it. I love it. And you guys, if you're on this call right now, and if you are a team member, now obviously this is not applicable if you're a non-team member, you have the home tracker. Go to the home tracker, put your numbers in there. If you don't use the home tracker, use something. I don't care if it's a whiteboard, if it's a composition book, if it is a blessing chart. I don't care what it is. Track. Ashley, I'm gonna have you pass the mic to somebody on the call, somebody with their camera on.
All right, let's go over to Christina, Montreal.
Good morning. I'm excited to track things down. This weekend was so crazy good. So I'm already planning my deal of the week. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I already opened my MailChimp. I already know the property. I'm sending it out. Yeah, so it's a lot of good things that I got today from the meeting. Again, you know, I was debating how should I go in the meeting, but I said, no, I'm gonna show up. It is for my business. It is for me, and I'm here. So just encouraging everybody to continue to show up.
Listen, and I'll tell you this, you know, straight up, you guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate when we come here, right? I know that there's other things going on in your life. There's other things that are pulling you in different, and I get it, and I respect it at a very, very high level. And so, you know, the fact that you're here with me and here with us, it means the world to me, and I'll never take that for granted. So thank you for deciding to be here. It means the world to me. Christina, pass the mic to somebody else. They have to have their camera on. Who is it?
Darnell.
Let's go. Darnell's back home. Let's go. Went to Canada, had a baby, came back. Let's go.
Man, that was the biggest mission of my entire life. I'll tell you that. And to accomplish it with all the hiccups and humps that we faced during that process and have the mindset that it was going to work regardless, definitely going to be applying that to business for sure. And already today, you know, first Monday back, I'm in the office. I already hit the gym this morning. I've been up since who knows. I'm in and out of sleep with the baby anyway. So I'm just using that to my advantage right now. And for this week, I plan on getting at least 5 appointments. And today alone, I want to make minimum of 10 calls and then go and tour some properties and make some videos. But I also have at least two appointments already in the books. I have one to set today. I have one today at 2 p.m. and then I have another one that I'm going to schedule today for this week. So that's already 2 locked in, and hopefully I can just cook up the next 3 with door knocking or, you know, making a video or however I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it done. So I'm back. I'm amped up, and my new mantra is today's the big day. I'm applying that to every day. Today's the big day. Today's the big day. I missed a lot of time, so I'm ready to go.
Hey,
turned up, man.
The big day. I love this. And man, I want to encourage you. What you guys went through and why you went through it on purpose. You know, we're Americans, and why we chose to have our daughter in Canada, right? Why we chose to bring our baby in this world with instant dual citizenship. What does that mean for travel, for culture, for education down the road? Like, dude, as a parent, it's just as a person, I would find that video interesting. So what I would do is I would put together all of your notes and I would frame it and I would go in the booth and I would shoot that video. And I promise you that video will trend because there's nothing like that. Nothing like that. And I see the heads nodding. So I'm stoked for you. Congratulations. And say it again. Today's the big day. How's it go?
Today's a big day. Every day. That's how you wake up. Today's a big day. That's the mantra.
That is right. That is right. You guys, I'm so excited for this week. Lily comes into town. For the people that don't know, I have been going through a battle with my daughter. She lives in Alaska. She'll be here. I pick her up on Thursday. And so Thursday, Friday, I will be off. But if you followed my journey along the way, that you know that it's a very, very gut-wrenching, very, very tough emotional roller coaster. Her mom left when she was 8 months pregnant and went to Alaska at the ends of the earth. And I didn't know where my daughter was for years and went through battles and fighting and private investigators, but she'll be here on Thursday. And so I'm excited to have that time with her. And we got a water slide for the summer. And so it's going to be really, really cool. And so I'm excited and I'm grateful for the week ahead. You guys go out there and make it a day that counts, right? You have to make this a day that counts. You are betting on yourself. And there's other people that are encouraged and are inspired and that look up to you, especially your kids. So go out there and make this a day and make this a week that counts, and don't sleep on your dreams. And you guys, as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Have an amazing week. Peace.